What is the verbal scale on the given map? The verbal scale on the given map is 2 centimeter is equal to 2 centimeter on the map is equal to 1 kilometer. Then what is the counter interval of the given map? Counter interval of the given map is 20 meters. Then what is the area in kilometer square of the region between 10 to 15 easting and 1 to 5 northing? So I have written 19.75.
19 points, it should be 20.
How did you got 19.75?
It's 16 now.
I got 20.
See, I got easting length 10 centimeter and northing length 7.9.
10 to 15, so 15 minus 10 is equal to 5, right?
No, but you're counting the squares, so it will be 4 now.
So like they're asking us 10 to 15 eastings. So like there are 10 to 11, then 11 to 12, 12 to 13, and 13 to 14, 15. So there are 5 over there, and there are 4 like northings ka grids. So it
Yeah,
should be,
that in the same way. And then you divide it by 2 because it's scale. So you need to convert centimeter to kilometer. And then you multiply that.
But how? See, on the map they are asking 10 to 15, no?
It's 4 square.
yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 to 15.
10 to 15 is 5 squares, but 10 to 0, 1 to 0, 5 is 4 squares.
Yeah.
So that is 4 squares only. So that is 7.9 centimeter.
How is that 7.9? Like it is 8.
You do it with the scale, no? You'll get 7.9.
We don't have to do it with the scale. For eastings and northings, we don't have to scale.
Did you make the map with the laptop?
It's 20.
No. It is 2006 ka map, na? You have Bansal ka book, na?
Yeah, but even Bansal said you just need to take each box as 2 centimeter.
The print.
Okay, so it will be 20 still.
Yeah.
It will be 20 centimeters square, right? And you need to
Kilometer square.
Kilometer square.
20 kilometers
Square is 1 kilometer.
because when you're measuring it here, it's in centimeter, right? So that will.
No, each box
But
is
when-
2 centimeter, meaning each box is 1 kilometer square.
So like when we measure, or like if we measure it with a scale, then we get it as 8. So if you divide 8 centimeters by 2, then you get 4 kilometers.
Yeah.
So it will be kilometer square, even with a scale.
But this area counting is not even in posting now.
No, it is there.
Okay.
Only direct distance is cancelled. Sorry,
Yeah,
indirect.
direct distance, we don't have
Indirect is cancelled. Indirect is cancelled.
Oh.
Will they also ask like half squares and quarter squares ka area? Or will they
I
ask
don't think
like
they might. I don't think they will, considering this is an online exam. Like we have studied on.
Like that question hasn't come like in 10 to 15 years ka boards also, so I don't think that.
Yeah.
so like this only can come now?
Yeah, like this only area.
Yeah.
So should I proceed?
Yeah.
I'll just present the paper only.
Okay.
Then C. Occupations are cultivation and stone quarry.
There's
Anybody wrote?
Post office.
a post office.
Yeah, can we say employment and post office?
Yeah, employment and post office. And can we add irrigation as well? Because there's like an imbalance.
Like farming now, occupation.
Irrigation is not a occupation.
It's
Agriculture.
agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah, agriculture we can write. And
Can-
secondly, I've written
can
stone
someone-
quarrying. Is that right?
Yeah, it's right, because
Yeah.
I think that's white covered.
I wrote they work in the post office.
I wrote employment in the post office and farming.
Does a post office count as a public utility?
Yeah, it does.
Are we supposed to write post office or are we supposed to write government services? Because employment and post office sounds about.
But there is only one, right? There's only the post office.
Yeah,
There's no
there's
other
only
government.
post office.
But like still, I mean, post office is like a governmental organization, right?
I guess both will be right, like because they are the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think that matches.
Okay, go on.
Can someone repeat the first and like the A part, both of them?
What?
the
2 centimeter
answers.
represents 1 kilometer, and second one is 20 meters.
Thank you.
But the verbal scale be like just copy paste now what is written like 2 centimeter
Yeah.
to 1
Yeah.
kilometer, like nothing else. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Then what is the compass direction of Ravi from Salia? I got southwest, and then second one is south.
Same.
Then what is the black vertical line between 18 and 19 east way? So it is the line of longitude and its measure is 72 degree 40 minutes east. Then
We
mentioned
we
the
have to
type.
write the measurement like the degree also.
Yeah, we are supposed to write that.
You
But-
can
But I
write
didn't,
only
we didn't write
72.
for. It came in pre-prelims. Now I didn't write.
Same.
She
I didn't
cut
write
mark.
anything.
So you got the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they are asking what is the line. Now, so you have to say the measurement.
I
I think
guess,
I think measurement is for half mark and longitude is for half mark. That's how they give.
but in pre-prelims they give 1 mark for only like longitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you measure that? But 72.
See, 72 degree is like every topo
They
map, the
given-
line of longitude will be 72 degree only. And east is, of course, India lies in the east hemisphere, that's why. And the minutes, it is written on the map, 40 minutes.
Okay. 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 Thanks a lot.
Then, yeah, mention the type of slope seen in Great Square 1910. I'm not too sure about this, but I think it's steep slope because the counter lie close to 100.
So there's also gentle slope in the same box.
Yeah, there is both. That's why I got confused.
Doesn't it have to be something like a convex or a concave slope, or is that
No,
not
but
impossible?
if you see the entire area adjacent, it's more of a steep slope. You should try that.
Yeah, it's more of a steep slope. Because you see in 1605, the slope is like the counters are very much away from each other. So that we can say it's a gentle slope.
But if you compare then 1807 thing, that is like more compact now, like, and
Yeah, that is even more away.
1908 like it's that should be steep, and that
1908 is also steep.
okay.
So then final answer steep only, no?
Yeah.
Then what is the pattern of settlement seen in Grid Square 1501? They have written permanent dispersed settlement.
You can
Then
write scattered also.
You tried scatter.
yeah, scattered. Yeah, you can write scattered. Then name any one type of natural vegetation seen on the given map. Extract have written fairly dense mixed up. Then explain 6R in 1903. So 6R in 1903 means that the relative height of the tank embankment is approximately 6 kilometers from the surrounding area.
6
Then,
kilometers. 6 meters.
Meters.
6 meters.
And also, isn't that an earthwork dam and not embankment?
Even I thought it was an embankment of an earthwork dam.
It's an
Yeah,
earthwork
me
dam.
too. Yeah, because it's a big tank, right? And it's like a large line. So it kind of looks more like an earthwork dam.
But like the dots in the middle, like for the earthwork, like it is only like the curvy line, like only the plan.
But like, suppose such a question comes, how do we know whether it's embankment or earthwork dam? It looks the same.
Yeah, it's looking the same.
I think they consider both.
Yeah, they should mostly consider.
It looks like an earthwork dam because it's much bigger. Like if it was a tanker, well, I think it would be like smaller.
No, I think it's an earthwork dam only because the embankment is like actually the lines are attached to the tank. But here there is a little distance between the embankment and the tank.
So do we write embankment of the earthwork dam is 6 meters over the surrounding area, right?
I think it's
No, no.
relative
So
height
relative
of
height of the
earthwork dam.
earthwork dam is 10 meters from the surrounding area.
6 meters.
Like I guess like it should be a tank only because tanks only usually come right.
Yeah.
We can confirm it with Romana mistake afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1003, there is a tank only. No?
You can continue Akash now.
Yeah, I read out in 1003, there is a tank only.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tank.
Then conventional sign and symbol for seasonal tank. It is just like a circle which is little bit teda meda. Then car track. Then again teda meda red line, which is very thin. Then give one evidence to show that region receives seasonal rainfall. It is car track motorable in dry season and broken ground. So do we have to write the grid square also of the car track motorable in dry season?
Yeah. You can if you want. It's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory, no?
No.
Can
Because
the,
like it goes to 2 to 3 squares.
can we write like open scrub also as an evidence?
Yeah, open scrub and causeway.
Even seasonal strain.
How is causeway a reason for seasonal rain?
Because it flows at the river spring.
Right.
Yeah, causeway.
Are we allowed to write like there are a lot of perennial wells? Is that a reason?
Like wells in general, like dry tanks we can write I guess.
Now there are the blue dots everywhere, right?
I don't think perennial wells will be a reason because like the overlapping beef become like which is the main source of irrigation for the region.
Okay.
Then
You can also write that there's whitewash in some areas, right? Which shows uncultivable land.
Yeah, open scrub. Same.
Yeah.
give one evidence, mention the drainage pattern in Vector 108 and 1606. So in 1708 it is realized and 1606 it is radial. Then state the most important means of communication. I didn't get this, but I wrote telegraph.
I would telephone line.
Yeah, there is a dotted line now, like black dots.
It's going through on the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
But that's the fire line.
Yeah, that's a fire line.
Oh,
I wrote mail because there's a post office, even though this is one.
Yeah, I also wrote 2.
that big is a fire line, like that extending.
I mean, it's a huge
Of course.
forest.
And you can like differentiate because telephone line will have telephone line written along the line.
Yeah.
Fire line won't have.
So then I think it is post only.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, Manvi, you can do the map thing.
How do I do a map?
Yeah. Like,
Maybe you can take a pic and share your screen then.
no, that's fine.
That'll take too long.
That'll take too long.
Is there any
Rick-
doubts or else we can skip the map? Nothing.
We can just approximately tell the location of each place on the map.
Or if you want, you can just go to Google Classroom and present that. So on that.
No, I want to discuss answers. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, so go to question 3. then.
Yeah. Question 3. Question 3A. What is the name given to the climate of India? Tropical, monsoon, type.
Once again, in question 2, what is the area of which is sparsely populated? Arunachal Pradesh.
You can
Arunachal Pradesh.
In the north, like the
in the north also, na?
Yeah.
Jammu Kashmir.
Yeah, Jammu Kashmir, Thar Desert, or Arunachal Pradesh, anyone.
Do we write Jammu and Kashmir or only like sparse populated? Like
I wrote both. You can add in brackets.
Me too. You can put the the question in the bracket and write the name of the main
Okay.
place.
Yeah. Okay, then
But can you scroll?
question 3. A, the second one, mention 2 factors responsible for such type of climate. The monsoon winds, that is the southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon winds, bring rainfall to India, and also India lies in the tropical belt. Therefore, it has a tropical type of climate. Then mention the months when India receives summer monsoon from June to September. Name the winds that bring rain to Punjab during winter. How is it beneficial? The northeast monsoon winds bring rainfall to Punjab, and it's beneficial in growing rabi crops.
Isn't it temperate cyclones?
Turn this to
Yeah, when I wrote temperate cyclone.
yeah.
Can we write westerly H2?
No, it's western disturbances now. Oh, by the way, I have the map marked. So do you all want to see that? I could show my screen.
Also, the answer for the factors, we can write Himalayas and moderating influence of seas.
But that's, I think, to prevent it from becoming cold. But the reason the tropical thing would be the
Yeah, I think
Like Himalayas can also do, I guess, because they like force the moisture laden winds to like shed the
So
moisture.
shed the moisture.
And even the Siberian
the
winds.
summer.
Yeah.
so the monsoon winds, the tropical belt make lies and the Himalayas are the 3 points, right?
Yeah, and I even wrote like the surrounding seas.
Yeah, water bodies.
Okay.
And for the
When
like,
tell us to mention, do we need to explain or do we just need to name them? Because it's only
I think we need to write like a few lines about. It's for 2 marks, right? So
no,
1 or 2.
1 mark.
it's a 1 mark.
But we should like write 1 mark.
Wait, but do we have to write why it has a tropical monsoon type of climate? Do we have to write like factors and influences the climate? What's the difference? No, because you get two parts of a question now, so it's probably related to the first part. What is the name given? Second is probably why is the name given. You just write moderating influence of the sea. It's located in the tropical zone. It gets a southwest monsoon wind, so it's called tropical monsoon. Done. Yeah, but why can't the answer be that India lies in a tropical zone and climate is influenced by the
It's
monsoon?
the same, the factors are the same for both the answers, like question.
It's only for 1 mark. Why are you writing so much?
Okay, so the winds that bring rain to Punjab would be temperate cyclones and the growing rabi crops. Then C, give geographical reasons for each of the one. The Deccan Plateau is cooler than the northern plains in summer. I wrote because the Deccan Plateau is at a higher altitude than the northern plains. So since the temperature decreases as altitude increases, therefore it's cooler at higher elevations. Yeah.
Can't we write landlocked and like far away from the moderating influence of the sea?
But both of them are landlocked. I don't think that works.
Deccan Plateau is like
Relatively.
in the plateau region, right?
Yeah, Deccan Plateau is still in the Indian Peninsula. No? It's not.
Peninsula.
The northern plains is not in the peninsula.
But like it's written in the textbook that the Deccan Plateau does not receive the moderating influence of the peninsula because it has the Western Ghats on one side and the Eastern Ghats of the other. So no wind or the moderating influence reaches them.
So it is because of elevation only, na?
Yeah.
So do we have to write normal lapse rate?
No, that's not necessary. It's a 1 mark. Wait, yeah, it's a 1 mark. Next, the places on the coast have low diurnal range of temperature. are placed on the coast experience maritime climate as they have a large influence of the oceans and water bodies on them. Because of the effect of water body, the temperature remains equable and they have a low tide on the range. Is there any other keyword in this answer?
I think because of the moderating influence of the sea is only the main one.
Okay.
Do we need to mention land breeze and sea breeze?
No.
Even like moderating influence would be fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's a 1 mark.
Yeah, because it's the 1 mark, and then if you start explaining land breeze and sea breeze, then you'll have to mention about high pressure and low pressure, which will take up almost 3 to 4 sentences.
Third one, Kolkata gets more rain than Delhi. I wrote because Kolkata is closer to the coast, so it gets rainfall from the moisture-laden winds, whereas Delhi is landlocked and it has a continental climate and does not receive it. Is that right?
I wrote that like as the southwest Bay of Bengal branch travels westwards, the moisture decreases.
How is continental climate included to rain? Like it is included with temperature, no?
Probably it's because of the Bay of Bengal branch only. When it deflects from the Purvanchal hills, so it sheds its moisture more in Kolkata, and by the time it reaches Delhi, it's lost a lot of moisture, so it does not give much rain to.
Yeah, in the textbook it's there right now. Like Allahabad receives more, and then Delhi last.
Yeah, and Patna
Yeah,
and
Patna
Allahabad.
and Kolkata.
So Kolkata is more towards the east, no?
Yeah, the Bay of Bengal branch reaches Kolkata first.
We can also
Ria a bit louder.
Riya, we couldn't hear you.
Sorry, yeah. You can say that the moisture from the winds decreases as the winds move further into the subcontinent because they gradually shed their moisture.
Yeah, same.
Okay, then B. Study the climatic data and answer the following questions. Name the driest month. I wrote June because it has the highest temperature.
I wrote March.
Yeah,
Even I wrote March because it has least rainfall.
dry
Then-
is like rainfall thing, no?
So yeah, so that's rainfall. Like, but then,
I don't think driest means like hottest. I think driest means like rainfall.
so why did y'all write March? Because it's the least rainfall.
Yeah.
3
centimeters.
Then calculate the annual rainfall. Oh wait, you have to add all of them or find the average estimates?
Add and divide by.
Add.
You all get 129.2 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to add.
We don't
Only
have
add.
12, right?
No.
Yeah, 129.2 centimeters. The annual range is just addition of all the temperature. Rainfall, sorry.
We don't have to divide by 12.
No.
No, because it's annual rainfall, it's not annual range.
Average annual rainfall.
But it's
would
not
be-
average, it's not average.
If it's average, you divide by 12. If it's annual, you add everything. And if it's range, then you just subtract
Subtract
highest
highest.
from lowest.
So the annual range of temperature, I got 12.1 degrees Celsius. No?
Yeah, it's 12.1.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
For the average, like I wrote that 20.7 to 31.7.
There is no average, there's annual range. So that's highest
Okay.
temperature, the lowest temperature.
Okay. Natasha, question 4 you can do.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to do the map before this or do you want to do map last?
You can do it last.
The map, okay. Question 4. Mention 2 characteristics of laterite soil.
A, it is soft and friable. It is considered suitable for building purposes, and it is acidic as the alkalis have been leached. B, name two important agents of soil erosion. For each, state one method of controlling the erosion caused. Wind erosion and water erosion. For wind erosion prevention, you should plant more trees, and for water erosion prevention, you should build dams across rivers to control the water flow.
So in laterite soil, can we write it is red in color because of high content of iron oxide?
Yeah.
Even I. Yeah, you can. But for the B one, they asked the two most important ones. So should we write water and human action? But in the textbook, it's like no. But see, I don't.
What about running water and wind?
Yeah,
Running water and wind. That's what I.
But I wrote human action. Is that allowed? That's also an agent. No, but see,
I think that's allowed.
but no,
Yeah, it's allowed.
All the three are like equally like words. So
worst, yeah. No, but you can't really write human because it's indirectly causing soil erosion. Like, the humans were gonna cut the trees, and then because they cut the trees, that's why the wind and the water is gonna wash away the soil.
But what about mining?
Mining, you're still mining and then breaking rocks and stuff, and you're building dams and also it's indirectly causing, right? You're not actually an agent. You're just, I don't know, catalyst in the reaction.
I think wind and water will be the main, but I don't think human activities will not be accepted because even they do cause soil erosion even if it's indirect.
Yeah, but in the textbook there's no method given for prevention. No.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
it just means that reduce like controlled grazing and for preventing
Yeah.
human things.
Prevent deforestation.
Yeah.
But when they're saying to explain any preventive measures or whatever, aren't we supposed to write like in the textbook for answers? Like for wind, aren't we supposed to write wind breaks or strip cropping? And for
Yeah, written shelter beds.
Yeah, same.
shelter belts, wind breaks, aren't we supposed to write like that instead of planting more trees?
Yeah, planting more trees, I think you can frame it better, but
Planting more trees is
just-
also a point. It's the last point of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you can write if it's common sense.
Yeah, we can write it binds the soil together and like
Yeah,
covers the
but
topsoil. So,
Prevents runoff. and all.
yeah.
Okay. C1. Differentiate between red soil and black soil. Red soil is infertile while black soil is very fertile. Red soil is formed by weathering of crystalline and metamorphic rocks, while black soil has been weathered from lava rocks. Second one, what do you understand by the terms gully erosion and sheet erosion? So, sheet erosion occurs when rainwater washes off the top layer of soil, leaving the lower layers bare to the agents of erosion. As the erosion continues, the washing away of the soil causes finger-like rills to appear on the ground, and then they become wide gullies, which is the third stage of erosion called gully erosion. D.
For the differentiate, like I don't think that fertile and infertile will be accepted.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've written
Yeah, it's not infertile.
Yeah, but
I've written not water retentive and highly water retentive because of clay nature.
instead we can write that red soil needs irrigation support while black soil is very retentive of water, so it needs less irrigation support.
And can you write examples like red soil can be used for cultivating so and so, and black soil?
I think it's allowed because they're not mentioned any like categories. They just said different.
Yeah, we can also
And
have the,
is black soil?
what?
Can we write red soil is red and black soil
Yeah.
is black?
Yeah.
Explain the reason.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I've written
Yeah,
that.
I
I've
don't
written
think that's a
red soil is red because of high iron oxide content, and black soil is
Weathering of
formed
lava.
from lava rocks, and that's why it is.
Yeah.
And
And I've written for the second point. Yeah, areas will be counted.
The distribution, right? Like
Then I've written not water retentive and highly water retentive. That's also right.
Yeah.
You can
And then
also
the nutrient.
differentiate on clay content.
yeah.
Red soil doesn't have clay content and is suitable for dry farming.
Yeah, but you need only 2 points, no? Okay, D. Give a joyful reason for each of the following. One, reforestation should be practiced intensively.
answer to minimize soil erosion, recharge the underground water table, and maintain the natural ecosystem. Second,
1 minute. I wrote because without trees and vegetation, the soil is bare and susceptible to wind and
yeah,
water.
you can write that. You can either write why reforestation is important or what will happen if you do not plant trees.
I wrote like the benefits of
Yeah, you
forest,
write
like help
benefits
prevent
or
soil
like-
erosion, perpetuate O2, CO2 cycles, rain.
I guess we should
But will
focus on
O2
the
and
soil.
CO2 cycle come in soil?
Sorry, that's
Which
the
chapter?
regulatory.
But that's not in soil ka chapter. That's in national
That's
vegetation.
not in soil
Yeah.
chapter, that's in natural vegetation. No?
Yeah, but it still makes sense.
Yeah, but we should focus on the soil ka reasons. Yeah.
But what reason is given a technical note?
It's not really given. So, like you did right. Without any vegetation, it's bare. Remove it.
What do you want for this question? I think. Okay, second, Khadar is more fertile than Bhangar. Khadar is below flood level and hence new sediments are deposited by the rivers every year, thus enriching the fertility of the soil. However, this is not the case for Bhangar, making it less fertile. Third, dry farming is preferred in areas with red soil. Red soil does not require much moisture and is often found to be formed in areas with less rainfall. So I'm not sure of this answer.
It's right.
Miss said that reason only, but like it doesn't like go with the answer, right? Because like
Yeah, it's a very dumb reason.
um,
But doesn't red soil require irrigation support for cultivation? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was very weak in the text. So
So dry farming is suitable for red soil because it is not retentive of moisture basically.
No, because it's found in areas of poor rainfall. So,
yeah, I like according to Google, it's like red soil is good for dry farming because inherently they mean it does not need that much moisture for plants and all.
What a tidal forest, naming into tropical typical trees found here. He wrote that they are called tidal forests as their dense growth depends on the tidal water. Trees are Sundari, Gurjan, Hintai.
I wrote the tidal forest because they grow on like salt marshes and swampy lands and wet.
And the saline swamp areas.
Yeah, and along the edges of deltas.
Mm.
yeah. And coastal.
I wrote it because it's found in the tidal zone.
I wrote that they're also called littoral forests, like in addition.
Yeah, even I wrote that. And they have an evergreen species.
For the trees, I wrote Sundari, mangrove, pines, and rice.
Even I wrote rhizome for elements of the trees.
Gurjan is found like in the first forest. A second. Yeah.
I wrote
Second, give a reason to explain why the tropical evergreen forests are difficult to exploit for commercial purposes, and mention the two uses of mahogany tree. Tropical evergreen are difficult to exploit due to the lack of means of transport and dense forest. The use of mahogany tree is for making furniture.
So for difficult to exploit, I have written that there is a entangled mass of cane, branches, and trees, and there is also an underground layer. There is also undergrowth of trees, bushes and shrubs, and so it is difficult to enter.
Basically, right, it's not easily accessible because of
Hmm.
dense forest and canes and branches.
And for uses of mahogany, like it is not in the table now, like the box.
Yeah, it's not there. I think furniture is the most obvious one of that.
C with reference to
I
tropical.
added out. Are uses in portion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The doesn't mention uses though. It only says the distribution and the characteristics of the forest.
It
Like-
never mentioned users. In the last year's portion also got uses.
in all the papers there's at least one question, I guess. So C, with reference to tropical deciduous forest, answer the following. State the climatic conditions in which they are found. Uh, Temperature over 20 degrees, rainfall between 100 and 200 centimeter, and humidity of 60 to 80%. Second, why are they commercially most exploited? They are commercially the most exploited as they grow in strands and they provide hard, durable timber. C, third, state one region where they are found, Peninsula India. So I had a doubt like, as there are two types like dry and moist, so do we write
They
both?
didn't mention that.
So we write
I
like
wrote
different.
24 degrees Celsius, 27 degrees Celsius, and rainfall 100 to 200, and humidity 50 to 80%.
They both are almost the same.
It must overlap somewhere.
Like the rainfall is like different. So.
Yeah, and humidity is the same.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
But then
since they
they should have
specify
specified.
marks for both, right?
Yeah, exactly. They didn't specify, so you should
Yeah, and what reason did you all write for their commercial expansion? I feel that these forests are easily accessible. They cover the largest land area in the country. They provide a wide range of forest products which are in high demand all over the world.
I wrote because they're dense and have hard, durable timber.
I wrote a single species can be found over a large area. So
Yeah, pure stand.
yeah, that's it.
But how is that a reason a single species can be found over a large area?
Or if there are different species in a single area, then how will you like differentiate and then use it and classify them?
You can capture the
So like when industries come in hunt of wood that they require, they need a large patch with the same type of wood so that they can extract a lot in one time. Otherwise, the transportation increases for going to different places and collecting the same type of wood from different forests. So if you find the whole thing in one entire patch, it's economically better for them.
For the state one region, I wrote foothills of Himalaya because that's given. But that's given climate, moist.
Eastern slope of the western Ghat.
Yeah, and even the northern plains like most. Then D, identify the tree as per characteristic mentioned below. It yields wood that is centered. Sandalwood, it is used to make expensive furniture. Teak, it is used for making piano keys. I don't know. Okay.
Where is it given the expensive thing?
But the expensive one you can write any naive. I wrote rose.
I wrote mahogany.
I wrote rosewood.
I wrote
But why
deodar.
not sandalwood?
Sandalwood is not used to make furniture.
Yeah, not furniture.
The scented one, right?
Yeah.
So first is sandalwood and the piano keys like it's given teak, right?
It's
No,
ebony.
it's ebony.
Okay. Okay. And like teak is fine for the second one or any.
Yeah, teak. I wrote rose. What you wrote?
The rosewood is pretty expensive, right? Like because of
Is
the
this-
color.
Yeah. Is mahogany expensive? It sounds really grand.
I think teak wood is expensive now because they say teak wood furniture also.
I think either of them will work because like all of them can be used to make very good quality furniture, right? And that'll be expensive.
Yeah.
Ria, you're next. So question six.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was for making piano keys?
Ebony. Akash, can you scroll?
Yeah.
Name any two modern means of irrigation: sprinkler irrigation, drip irrigation, furrow irrigation. State one important reason for their growing popularity: they make more efficient use of water and hence conserve water. Mention two factors that favor the development of tube well irrigation in Punjab: soft nature of soil, availability of plentiful water at great depths, availability of regular cheap electricity. Why do tube wells score over surface wells? They can easily draw a large amount of water in a short period of time. They are a perennial means of irrigation as they build up to a permanent water table and they bring up clean water. Give a geographical reason. No, wait, sorry. Why is tank irrigation most widely practiced in Peninsular India? The terrain of the peninsula is very uneven, with many natural depressions where tanks can be easily set up. Rivers in the peninsula region are not snow-fed but rain-fed. Rain's an erratic factor, hence tanks are a requirement. State to disadvantages of tank irrigation. Tanks have large area coverage and shallow depth, due to which a large amount of water evaporates or sinks into the soil without being used for irrigation. Tanks tend to get silted, and regular desilting is needed to use the water for irrigation and other purposes. Tanks occupy a large fertile area which could otherwise be used for cultivating crops. Give a geographical reason for each of the following. The northern plain of India is found suitable for canal irrigation. A large number of perennial rivers are present in the northern plains where canals can be easily set up and the soil is soft. Irrigation is necessary despite the monsoon, because the arrival and withdrawal of monsoon is uncertain, as well as its rhythm, duration, and intensity, and the distribution of rainfall is uneven. Inundation canals are being converted to perennial canals. Inundation canals can only be set up when can only be used when the rivers are in flood during the monsoon season, as they are built at a higher elevation compared to the river without any barrage or dam, and they are hence of little use.
What exactly is an inundation canal?
It's a canal that is built like at a higher level than the river, and when the river floods, then the water goes into that canal, and that's when it's used.
It's the same.
Okay, so why are they being converted to perennial canals? Sorry, can you repeat your
Perennial canals are a perennial means of irrigation, and a barrage or a dam is built over the perennial river, and then you use that, and can be used all year round. Whereas inundation canals can only be used in the monsoon season.
Okay.
It's the same as the flood canals, inundation.
Question 7a, state the most important use of the following. 1. Iron ore. Iron ore is used mainly in the iron and steel industry to make raw iron stronger and harder. Raw iron by itself is not as strong and hard as required for construction and for other purposes. Hence, it is alloyed with iron ore to make it stronger, tougher, and harder. Then copper. Copper is highly ductile and can be drawn into wires. It is used to make, therefore, electric wires and other electrical equipment. Then, what is lignite? Name 2 areas where lignite is found in India. Lignite is a lower grade variety of coal. It is also known as brown coal. It has a high quantity of moisture and less carbon content. It is found at Neyveli in Tamil Nadu and the swamps of Jammu and Kashmir. Then C, name the following. An offshore oil field along the west coast of India, Mumbai High. Then the state which is the largest producer of petroleum, Assam. And the best variety of iron ore, magnetite. Then D, give a geographical reason for each of the following. Most oil refineries are found close to the ports. 1, to reduce the cost of transportation of oil. 2, to reduce the risk of inflammation by transporting oil inside the country, since oil is highly inflammable. And 3, a lot of oil is consumed by the port cities itself, since they have developed into industrial centers of the country. Second, anthracite and bituminous variety of coal are used for domestic purposes. 1, they have high carbon content and less moisture. They are higher grade varieties of coal. Anthracite is a smokeless fuel that burns for a long time and leaves very little ash behind. Therefore, it is ideal for domestic purposes. And the bituminous variety of coal is cheap and the most readily available variety of coal in India. Therefore, it is preferred for use in domestic purposes. And then third,
For the first one, you can just write 1 point, no? For the oil refinery close to ports.
You can write as many points as you want.
It's 1 mark, no?
Yeah,
According to the textbook, the main point is that it's got high heating value.
highly inflammable and toxic. Wait, I have another doubt. In the lignite thing, how is it found in Jammu and Kashmir? Isn't that anthracite?
She said Tamil Nadu and some Kerala, something. Neighbor.
I said Neyveli in Tamil Nadu and the swamps of Jammu and Kashmir. I wasn't sure about the Jammu of Kashmir thing, but I don't know where else it's from except Neyveli.
It's given in a
I
box.
there's a place in Uttarakhand and then there's one in Himachal Pradesh.
I wrote Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu.
In the document it is written Neyveli in Tamil Nadu is the largest lignite deposit field in South India, and it is also found in coastal areas of Gujarat and inland basin of Rajasthan.
Should I read the last answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biogas is a good source of power because biogas is a renewable and non-polluting source of power. It is a very clean source of energy. And second, biogas involves no problem of storage since biogas can be directly transported through pipes from the biogas plants. This makes biogas a very good source of power. And then we can also mention like the slurry point, like the good fertilizer thing.
So that's
Yeah.
Has anyone attempted question 8?
I don't think.
No.
If there's no one, then question 9.
Kendra, have you attended?
No. Question 9.
No.
Okay. No one industries.
I did.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Has anyone else done it? Because then there's no point.
I usually do it, so like you can discuss.
Yeah, you can discuss.
It's not a very difficult chapter, actually.
Yeah, it's not a very difficult.
The first one says, name one steel plant established prior to independence. Where does it obtain its iron and coal from? The steel plant established prior to independence is the Tata Iron and Steel Company, TISCO, at Jharkhand. It obtains its iron from Singhbhum in Jharkhand or Mayurbhanj and coal from Dharia coalfield. Mention any two problems faced by the cotton textile industry of India. The cotton textile industry depends on the availability of cotton, which depends on rainfall. The rainfall in India is very uncertain and erratic and may fail. The industry suffers a setback due to the shortage of rainfall. India does not grow long staple cotton. Only short staple cotton is grown in India. Hence, India needs to import long staple cotton at greater prices from Egypt. Other countries like Taiwan, Japan, Korea produce cotton goods at a much cheaper rate and are a competition to India. Competition from synthetic fibers, nylon, rayon, terylene, polyester, etc. are cheaper and more durable. Name two important byproducts of the sugar industry. Molasses, a dark thickened sugar syrup from which sucrose has been removed, used for fertilizers, rum and fodder. Press mud, the final black residue which is used for making shoe polish, wax and carbon paper. State two differences between a mini steel plant and an integrated steel plant. A mini steel plant uses scrap iron as raw material left behind by the integrated steel plants. Integrated steel plant uses the iron ore, that's pig iron, as raw material. Mini steel plant uses electric furnace. Integrated steel plant uses blast furnaces. Mini steel plant requires low capital investment. Integrated steel plant requires a large capital investment. T, give geographical reasons for each of the following. Small-scale industries are important in India. Small-scale industries are important in India as they require low capital investment, hence they suit Indian economy. They provide an additional means of income to the people by providing part-time jobs. They help to meet the daily needs and requirements of the people. Small-scale industries provide employment to a large quantity of population in India. Traditional raw materials are being replaced by petrochemicals. Traditional raw materials are expensive and are difficult to handle. They are sometimes derived by killing of animals. Petrochemicals are easy to handle, less expensive, and the raw material is easily available. Cotton textile industry is called an agro-based industry. The growth of cotton depends on the success of rainfall, which is 1 minute.
I think the answer for this is that cotton textile industry is called an agro-based industry since it gets its raw material from agriculture.
Yeah, I guess I lost my page. Oh. I think it's that only because it derives its raw materials back.
And what did you say the answer was for that was small-scale industry important in India?
Because they require low capital investment and hence they suit Indian economy. They provide an additional means of income to people by providing part-time jobs. And they help to meet daily needs and requirements of the people. Then small-scale industries provide employment to a large quantity of population.
And for where does it get the iron and coal from? Do we have to also mention that you said Singhbum district in sorry, you said Singhbum district, no? So do we have to also write now Mumbai mines and Singhbum district of Jharkhand?
No, I think you can just write Singhbum.
Explain why rail transport is an important means of communication in India. Rail transport is an important means of communication in India as it is cheap, convenient for the families with elderlies and kids, and since the compartments they can easily move stretch their bodies, and it connects all the places, runs throughout the length and breadth of the country. Uh, then B, why is road transport favored in the northern plains? Road transport is favored in the
So for
northern.
communication, can we write during natural calamities it can be used to transport people and goods from one place to another?
Yes, yeah. In
How does that help in communication?
I wrote it also
No, in communication in natural disaster.
Like in certain natural disasters, like in earthquakes and all, we can't.
No, because it was in the desert. That's why.
I guess that is like for like transport in general a point. We can.
Okay.
Can we write about goods, like bulky goods and all? That's like connected, I don't know, rural and urban places and all.
Yeah, I wrote principal mode of transport for freight and passengers.
I wrote it
And
provides
it's
employment to thousands of people.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like it connects villages to cities.
B, why is road transport favored in the northern plains? Road transport is favored in the northern plains as roads can easily be built there. It is cheap to make roads as compared to other means of transport. Easily connected, connects the distant places, and it is cheap, and goods can easily be transported since the northern plains form a bulk of the industries.
Can we also mention high population density and like it's very fertile and productive, so makes the roads more worthwhile economically.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can we write about how railways cannot be used in hilly areas and stuff? That's why roadways have to be there in northern.
But the northern plains are not hilly, no?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Like it's plain, so I guess.
Is there like a separate answer for this? Or you just wrote general thinking?
It isn't there in the textbook, so like just gather points from different places.
Where is it there?
What?
Where is this?
It's not given.
It's not there in the textbook.
You was just thought and what no logic said. No.
It was given in the Bansal note, so I learned it from them.
It's given, yeah.
Can you repeat the answer once?
Yeah, I wrote that it favors the northern plains as roads can easily be built there. It is cheap to make roads comparatively to other means of transport. The road transport is cheap and it easily connects distant places, and goods can easily be transported since northern plains form a bulk of the industries.
Yeah, it's given in Bansal ka notes. It's given northern plains are maximum roads due to plain land, high density of population, and rich agriculture. So these plains are suitable for.
Okay. C, name the
Okay,
following.
thank you.
Yeah. Name the following.
It's also because it has steady rivers, whereas the ones in the southern part are swift flowing and they have like.
But
I don't
how
know, it
does
was
that
amazing.
affect roadways?
Yeah,
Apparently,
exactly.
it does because it was given in Bansal's notes.
Arey, that was given when why are northern plains suitable for waterways?
It never meant that.
I guess like she means the meanders and everything. Like it doesn't like seems difficult for the roads to be constructed in that way. C, name the following roads set up for strengthening defense preparedness and accelerating economic development. Is it border roads?
Yeah, it's water.
Second,
Yeah.
company set up to provide helicopter services to oil sector and offshore exploration. Pawan Hans Helicopter Services, like PHHS.
Yeah,
We had the whole thing, right? And then
it's limited also, no? Helicopter service is limited.
okay. Then third, a riverine port built on the bank of the Hooghly River, Kolkata. D, give a geographical reason for each
I
of the
put Haldia Port.
what?
Kolkata is the only riverine
Yeah,
port.
the
It's only
second.
Haldia's on the banks of the Hooghly, but it's not riverine.
It's not riverine.
It's built to relieve the pressure, and no other reason is there. Give a geographical reason for each of the following. Expressways are preferred to highways. Expressways are high-class roads with limited access or entry points. Roads are not multiples, as in the case of the highways. In expressways, there are more lanes and more facilities like CCTV cameras, lane divisors, SOS booths, etc. It is more convenient for the commuters and more speedy transport, and hence expressways are preferred over highways. Second, the Golden Quadrilateral is beneficial to the economy. Golden Quadrilateral is the largest express highway project in India. It connects major cities and ports. It brings about with it the economic development of the towns, small towns through which it passes, and it is a boost for the truck transport.
So the main point I think over here you missed is it connects the north, south, and the east, west part of the country, and you have to also mention the places which it connects.
Okay, we should mention
like Jammu in north to Kanyakumari in south.
Okay.
But that's not beneficial to the economy, right? Like he started interconnects major cities and ports. I think that's
Yeah, but then what is the Golden Quadrilateral? You need to explain now.
No, I guess we don't have to explain.
I don't think so. You just need to say its advantages.
Okay.
And it isn't Jammu and Kashmir. It's like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai.
Yeah, it's the four metropolitan. It's not the Jammu.
Yeah, the one you're talking about is north, south, and east, west corridors.
Acha, oh, that's why.
And that's the NH.
So the Golden Quadrilateral is connects what? Delhi.
Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai.
The four metros.
Then the last one, it is important to have a good transport system in India. Important to have a good transport system is that as it easily connects distant places. Since India is a large country with a huge large distances covering all the corners, then it brings economic development, integrates the whole country, helps in the times of crises, and it brings about the progress of the country.
And we did better utilization of resources and of backward area.
Yeah.
Question 11, anyone has done?
Should we still just discuss it?
Anyone knows the answers, then go ahead.
No, I haven't even learned this chapter.
I read it once. I didn't
Let's
touch
try.
it since 6 months, so I have no clue.
Like you read it, so
Mention anyone greenhouse gas, that will be methane only. Then why should organic manure be used instead of chemical fertilizer? Because organic manure is more healthy for plants and it provides them nutrients, while chemical fertilizers may damage the plants if used in excess.
But has anyone done this question or plans to do it?
No, nobody has done, but I might do it. Like I'm going to study this.
yeah, so you can discuss it. Yeah. Continue.
Why should plastic and polythene products be banned? Plastic and polythene products should be banned because they form chains by polymerization and form many other byproducts which are harmful for our environment and can cause pollution. Then I don't think that's a proper answer, but yeah, this one.
You can also write non-degradable.
Then explain the following. That's non-biodegradable. You know. Then acid rain. Acid rain is the acid rain. So when the water condenses in the clouds, it is mixed with many acids such as sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and gases such as SO2, which make it very poisonous, and it contains many toxins. And when it downpours, it can cause pollution and danger to life. and many neurological diseases. And composting is the aerobic practice of decomposing waste by organic methods using bacteria, fungi, etc. In India, proper waste management system is necessary, state any reasons. Because first, India is a vastly populated country, and so the waste generation is in a great amount, and it can cause spoilage of landscape. Then it can lead to breeding of vectors like mosquitoes and rodents, and it can lead to foul smell, and it can also cause uh, it can also cause air and water pollution. So it must be managed efficiently. Is there any other reason?
Is that a reason? Is that a reason that India is mostly an economy which is majorly dominated by slums, where the level of hygiene and healthcare is low?
I don't think that's mentioned anywhere in the text. Like it is true, but it is not mentioned in the text.
If this is an application-based question, I don't know. Like then that is correct.
Yeah, it is an application question, but I think they will be expecting more of it from the text. Because technically it is correct.